Soviet Union was responsible for many significant innovations in various fields, including 1. Space technology and exploration. The Soviet space program led the way in several key achievements, including the first artificial satellite and the first human in space. 2. Nuclear power. The Soviet Union was one of the leading nations in the development of nuclear power and nuclear reactors. 3. Aviation and aircraft. The Soviet Union made significant contributions to the development of aviation and flight, including pioneering supersonic flight. 4. Arms and military technology. The Soviet Union was a leader in military technology and made several significant advancements in weapons and military equipment, particularly in continuation of the list 5. Computing. The Soviet Union played a significant role in the development of computer technology, including the creation of one of the world's first electronic computers. 6. Literature and art. The Soviet Union had a rich literary and art scene, with many famous writers and artists creating some of the world's most celebrated works. 7. Sports. The Soviet Union was a powerhouse in the world of sports, with many notable Olympic athletes and achievements. The Russian military has a long and complex history, but some of the historical highlights during the 18th century and earlier include 1. Peter the Great and his military innovations. Peter the Great, who ruled Russia from 1682 to 1725, is credited with introducing significant military reforms and innovations to the Russian army. 2. Napoleonic Wars. During the 18th and early 19th centuries, Russia played a significant role in the Napoleonic Wars, which were fought between France and a coalition of European powers. The Soviet military had a significant arsenal of powerful weapons and weapon systems, including 1. Nuclear weapons. The Soviet Union had the second largest stockpile of nuclear weapons in the world, after the United States, during the Cold War. 2. Missiles and artillery. The Soviet military had a large and diverse arsenal of missiles and artillery, including intercontinental ballistic missiles and various types of artillery. 3. Aircraft and tanks. The Soviet Union had a large fleet of fighter jets, bombers, and tanks, which were known for their ruggedness and reliability. The Cold War was the result of decades of geopolitical tension and ideological differences between the Western nations and the Soviet Union. It began in the aftermath of World War II and lasted until the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991. The conflict was primarily caused by the ideological differences between the democratic, capitalist Western nations and the communist, totalitarian Soviet Union. Both sides believed their economic and political system to be superior, leading to competition and hostility on multiple fronts. Additionally, there were also differences in their alliances, military capabilities, and global influence. Russian art and architecture is known for its rich heritage and significant contributions to the global cultural landscape. Here are a few examples. 1. Icon painting. Russian icon painting is a traditional form of religious art that reached its peak during the Middle Ages. It is characterized by its distinct stylized forms and use of symbolic imagery. 2. Constructivism, a 20th century art movement that emerged in Russia and is known for its focus on abstract and geometric forms. 3. Russian Orthodox architecture, a unique style of architecture that is characterized by its ornate domes, colorful facades, and intricate details. The cultural differences between the Russian, Polish, and Hungarian peoples include 1. Language. Russian, Polish, and Hungarian are distinct languages that belong to different language families. Russian and Polish are Slavic languages, while Hungarian is a Finnic language. 2. Historically, Russian, Polish, and Hungarian cultures have had different development paths, leading to distinct cultural practices, traditions, and customs. Religion. Russian culture is predominantly Orthodox Christian, while Poland is predominantly Catholic, and Hungary is mainly Protestant or Catholic. Russian digital watches and televisions have been known for their reliability and durability, but they may not always be on the leading edge of technology or design. Some Russian watch and television brands include Vostok, Polya, NPO, and RFT-TV, which are known for their Soviet-era designs and reliable functioning. However, more modern and advanced alternatives from other countries may offer more advanced features and better. Some reasons why Russian-made digital watches might not compare to those from other countries include 1. Technological advancements. Other countries, particularly in Asia, have been at the forefront of technological advancements in watchmaking, leading to more advanced and feature-rich digital watches. 2. Design aesthetics. Russian watches may not offer the same level of design and aesthetic appeal as some watches from other countries. 3. Brand recognition. Russian watch brands may not have the same level of recognition and brand image compared to other international or luxury brands. The hammer and sickle symbol was adopted by the Soviet Union as an emblem of the union between workers, represented by the hammer, and peasants, represented by the sickle. It was first used in the early 20th century and became the official emblem of the Soviet Union in 1923. The emblem was meant to represent the unity of the working class and the rural population in the pursuit of a socialist society. The hammer stood for the industrial working class, and the sickle symbolized the country's farmers and agricultural workers. In a Marxist sense, communism aims to abolish private property and achieve a classless society in which the means of production are publicly owned and goods are distributed based on need, rather than individual wealth or property. This means that in a Marxist socialist society, wealth redistribution would occur to some extent, with resources being allocated based on societal needs rather than individual ownership. However, it's important to note that the specifics of how taxes and wealth redistribution would be implemented and the extent to which the rich would be taxed versus the poor would vary depending on the specific communist ideology and implementation methods. In a Marxist society, the purpose of any taxes collected would primarily be directed towards social programs, public goods, and infrastructure. While some resources may also be allocated to support public security, including the military, it is incorrect to assume that all taxes would be solely used for weapon procurement.